Yo, welcome to the show. It's Boston's Banter with Frank the Bank and Keith KLava. You know the answer. Talking sports, breaking down the play so raw. From the Celtics to the Sox, we giving you the score. Catch the vibe, we coming live. Filling up your feed, let the passion thrive. Every dunk, every run, we analyze the moves. Shout out to the fans, feel the rhythm and grooves. From Gillette to the Garden, we ain't missing a beat. Frank and KLava bring the fire, can't accept defeat.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to Boston's Banter, where the sports are wicked and the banter is pissa. I'm your host, Frank the Bank. With me, as always, is Keith KLava, LaCava. What's going on, bro, Fett?
Not much, Michael Brown-Manu.
Brown-Manu. I like that one. That's a different one. Good for you.
Sir, yes, sir.
We don't have a stat challenge this week, but last week, Tiffany Perry, right?
Yep.
She won. Congrats on that. And your boy TJ. So that's awesome. But next week, we'll have another one for the Super Bowl. So
absolutely.
Why don't we just jump right into the Wicked Pissah News?
Let's get it popping, Frankie.
Yes,
Here
sir.
we are, Wicked Pissah News. And as always, you know the deal. We're starting with the Bruins update.
Yeah, I mean, they've been falling a little bit here. So 30, 20, and 3 overall. Last night's game was crazy. We'll get about that in a minute. But 6-2 loss to the Stars. They got smoked in this game. They look really bad there.
Yep.
4-3 win over former Coach Cassidy and the Vegas Knights. That was a good win.
Yeah.
They were up 4-0 though.
They were.
And they only
Let
won by
them come
one.
back.
Yeah, they had a good comeback, bro.
Armani texted me before that game. He's like, the bees are going down.
It was bad. Yeah, they came roaring back. That was crazy.
Yes, they did.
4-3 comeback win against the Canadians. We were down a goal or two on that one too. And those games are always feisty. I remember going to the game. Anytime you go to a Canadians Bruins game at the Garden, it's always a fight. There's always fights in the stands.
Numerous fights.
No, I'm saying in the fans with the fans too. I'm not even talking about just the Bruins.
Right,
the Bruins players a fight,
so.
but I'm saying this. I remember being in a couple, but it's been crazy up there.
Absolutely.
And then last night was a real tough loss. So we were up in the third, about 5 minutes left. Rangers tied it up, win the overtime, we lose in overtime. You know, that was a tough loss, I thought. But
yeah,
in the last 13, 10-2-1, you know, we're coming back, we're doing good, but we're still not like gaining a lot of ground. There's a few teams that are surging in the East right now.
Yeah.
So, and we'll see. I mean, it's in the Atlantic, excuse me.
Well, it's sitting at 5th in the Atlantic, but it's fluctuating so much.
Yeah.
I mean, at one point the Panthers were high, now they're dropping.
I'm saying
it's
they
like,
fell, and then Tampa Bay's been surging lately
That's
too.
what
So
I'm
it's
saying,
like,
bro.
But hopefully they can keep this going. I mean, that's a pretty good 13-game streak right there.
I agree.
You know, 10-2-1 ain't bad. So
absolutely.
How about the Celtics, Keith? How we looking?
Yes, sir, Frankie. We're going to get into the Celtics update. C's are currently 29-17 on the season, second in the Eastern Conference.
Still second.
Looking good. So let's break down what they did this past week. So they beat the Pacers 119-104 at home this past Wednesday. Jaylen Brown, he had another 30-point game and 10 rebounds, had a double-double. Followed by an intense 130-120 double overtime win over the Nets in Brooklyn this past Friday. Jaylen Brown recorded a triple-double. He had 27 points, 12 assists, and 10 rebounds. Peyton Pritchard with 32 points.
Yeah.
But I got to bring up rookie Hugo Gonzalez. He shot 100% from the field, 10 points on 4 for 4 shooting, and 2 for 2 from 3. And this clutch shot. Check this out.
Where's the hot route? Shireman, the inbounder. Gonzalez for the tie. Oh, yes! Ugo for Trace. How about the 19-year-old?
That was absolutely dope.
He hit the game-tying 3 in the first OT with .4 left on the clock.
That was sick. That was a sick shot.
Absolutely. You love to see that from your young players.
Oh, yeah, that's
Get their
awesome.
confidence up.
Absolutely.
Then a close 114-111 road loss versus the Bulls this past Saturday
tough loss.
on Derrick Rose jersey retirement night. You know the Bulls were going to be amped up, obviously, that night. Jaylen Brown had 33 points in that one. And lastly, a 102-94 home win versus Drew Holiday, Robert Williams, you know, the former Celtics, and the Trailblazers.
That was a good game, too.
So the C's, they're looking good, man.
Yeah.
I keep hearing the rumors that Tatum's trying to come back this year. I mean, I'll believe it when I see it.
Probably
but right
playoffs. I mean, he's not. Don't rush him back. We're second right now.
That's
We're
what I
doing.
mean. We're
you know,
killing it
playing
right
with
now.
house money, basically.
That's
you know?
it, brother.
I love it. Let's
Yes,
go.
sir, Frankie. So let's get over to the NFL news.
Yeah, a little bit of news here.
So we got some more Phillip Rivers news. You know, it was the news of him coming out of retirement, then officially retiring again. Then there were the rumors, you know, swirling that he was trying to get into maybe being a coach in the NFL.
In the
and actually,
NFL,
he had an opportunity this past week.
He did.
So apparently the Bills interviewed the former quarterback about the open head coach position that they have. News just broke the other day, though, that Rivers actually withdrew himself from the Bills' head coach position. Reports noted that now just isn't the right time for Rivers and his family. And for now, Rivers will return to coach St. Michael Catholic School in Alabama, where his son Gunnar enters his senior season.
That's cool.
Would have been cool considering Rivers' last playoff appearance in 2020 with the Colts was against Josh Allen and the Bills.
That's pretty cool.
Imagine that. He goes to coach Josh Allen and everything. Probably do better than Sean McDermott.
Yeah, I agree.
But don't be surprised you hear his name in consideration for another head coach position in the future. All right, Frankie. Frankie. So speaking of head coaching positions, let's get into the recent coach hirings. We got a few
hired
here.
somebody too.
Absolutely. So Chargers actually hired former Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel as their OC. Now, McDaniels is still taking head coaching interviews, but it seems likely he's going to join Jim Harbaugh's staff and run the Chargers offense.
I think he's a pretty good OC versus a head coach. He drove me crazy as a head coach. That first year he came out, he was, he has that
First 2
offensive
years
mind.
in Miami.
Yeah, I mean, their offense was always good,
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's perfect as an OC to me.
Look what he did with the 49ers.
I agree.
So the Bucs hired former Falcons OC Zach Robinson for the same role. And mind you, he stays in the NFC South. I mean, he had that offense gelling. Now the Falcons...
It wasn't the offense's fault there.
Ravens hired former Chargers DC Jesse Minter as their new head coach, and it looks like a 5-year deal. Minter led the Chargers defense to being the number 5 in the league, and the Ravens certainly need the defensive-minded coach to help. That defense sucked last year.
That was bad.
You know what I'm saying?
Real bad.
Steelers hired former Packers and Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy as their new head coach. He was out of football last year, and should be interesting to see if his hiring could persuade Aaron Rodgers to stick around. Obviously he coached Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay, and mind you, he's also a Pittsburgh native, so full circle moment there.
That's pretty cool.
And speaking of the Packers, they just hired former Cardinals head coach Jonathan Gannon as their new DC. And obviously their former DC is now the Dolphins head coach, Jeff Hafley. The Bills, like you were talking about, Frankie, they promoted their OC Joe Brady to be the new head coach.
I like that. I mean, they got to get a defensive coordinator that they really like that. And
Right.
I feel like, the defense let them down.
Absolutely, brother. 100%. And lastly, the Titans, they actually hired former Giants head coach Brian Dable as their new OC.
That'll be interesting.
He's a decent, offensive-minded coach, especially when he was with the Bills as their OC.
That's true. Yeah,
so,
that's true.
we'll see how they do over there. I mean, the Titans need a lot more than just an OC, though.
They definitely do.
Yes, sir, Frank. But that's all we got for the news, brother.
Another great Wicked Pissah news. We got a Foxboro focus, my man. Hit it, Frankie! Let's go! Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We back in the bowl. This is unbelievable.
That's
man.
what I'm talking about, Frankie.
It was an ugly game, but you got to win the ugly games. It was a straight up blizzard in the second half, so it was like...
Hey, at the end of the day, whoever has the most points wins the game, brother.
I'm saying it was a crazy game. Everyone complaining this, that, and the other thing. Oh, the easy road and this, that.
Whatever,
just
blah,
stop.
blah, blah.
You beat who you got to beat. As simple as that.
That's it, Frankie. So... break it down. AFC Championship.
Love it.
The Patriots beat the Broncos 10-7 to advance to the Super Bowl. And Frankie, before we get into the highlights, I just want to say this real quick. So everybody counted us out, but I just need to bring up these numbers real quick. The Patriots are the first team in NFL history to go 9-0 on the road in a single season. And also, Drake May became the first quarterback in NFL history to win 3 consecutive playoff games against top 5 defenses in a single postseason.
It's crazy.
Chargers were number 5. Texans were number 1. Broncos were number 2. So that's it, Frankie.
I'm saying it's like insane. Like people talking all this nonsense. It's like, and our defense is awesome, obviously too. But he was the only quarterback to throw 3 touchdowns against the Texans this year. No other quarterback did that this year.
No,
he's the only one that did it.
And he still doesn't get his flowers.
No, everyone's he only had 86 shots. Well, it was literally a blizzard in the second half. It was blizzard-like conditions. It's like you couldn't see a single thing. He also ran the ball for 60 yards and a touchdown.
Nobody talks about that.
Oh, let's not talk about that. Okay.
Yeah, Frank, let's show those highlights,
Hit it.
brother. We got the AFC Championship, Patriots at Broncos. It was a rough one. 3 plays into the Broncos' second drive of the game, and Jarrett Stidham out of the shotgun. He's going deep to wide receiver Marvin Mims for a big 52-yard completion down to the red zone. On our boy Christian Gonzalez of all people too. 2 plays after that, second and goal, Jarrett Stidham off the play actions, rolling out to the right, and he's going to find wide receiver Cortland Sutton for a 6-yard touchdown. Broncos score first. Fast forward to a minute and a half left in the first quarter, and Drake May off the play actions rolling out, and he's going to get sacked by linebacker Quay Robinson, who's actually just elevated from the practice squad. Broncos next drive, they're facing a 3rd and 6, and Jarrett Stidham, he's going to be taking the snap out of the shotgun. He's feeling the pressure from the left side by Christian Ellis. He's trying to run for the first down, gets tackled by Marcus Jones. Looks like it's going to be a yard short. And Sean Payton electing to go for it on 4th and 1 rather than take the points with his backup, and he's feeling the pressure, and Stidham throws it incomplete. Patriots ball, turnover on downs. Patriots next drive, facing another 3rd down, just trying to get something going, and Drake May's feeling the pressure. He's stepping up in the pocket, and he's going to be sacked by defensive lineman Zach Allen. They're unfortunately going to punt. Ensuing Broncos drive, 3rd and 4, and Jarrett Stidham taking the snap out of the shotgun. He's backing up, feeling the pressure by Christian Ellis, loses the ball, and it gets picked up by Elijah Ponder, who seemingly takes it in for a touchdown, but they might have blown the whistle. And then you got Jarrett Stidham trying to plead his case, but if you look here, nope, that's a fumble. I don't even know what kind of pass that would be, but since the refs blew the whistle, the Patriots are going to recover where Elijah Ponder picked the ball up. 2 plays off the Broncos turnover. Patriots out of the shotgun in the red zone, and Drake May's keeping the ball, and he's running it in for a 6-yard touchdown to tie the game 7-7 with roughly 2 minutes left in the first half. Broncos trying to take a 3-point lead going into halftime with a 54-yard field goal by kicker Will Lutz, but it goes wide right. Patriots next drive off the Broncos missed field goal, and Drake May again is going to be keeping it himself. He's just trying to get in Borgale's field goal range. He slides, and they get the timeout off with 1 second left. Patriots are attempting a 63-yard field goal to take the lead at half, but it goes wide left by kicker Andres Borgales. Still tied going into halftime, 7-7. Patriots first drive of the second half, and Drake May's facing a 3rd and 9 out of the shotgun, and again he's keeping it himself. He's been doing it this whole game, and he's getting a nice 28-yard gain already in field goal range. Same Patriots drive in the red zone, and on 4th and 1 they're doing a QB sneak. They got some D linemen in there trying to push Drake May forward for a first. Not sure where he was, didn't look too promising. Patriots got the first, and it was challenged by Sean Payton, and they looked at the sky cam, and as you can see here, Drake May, yeah, I mean, it didn't look too good at first, but he gets that initial second push, so it stands as a Patriots first down. But after all that, the Patriots are going to settle for a 23-yard field goal by kicker Andres Borgales as the snow starts coming down to take a 3-point lead, 10-7. After a Broncos punt, the Patriots will get the ball back, and Drake May is going to hand it to Ramondre, who does the flea flicker, and Drake May is looking deep for wide receiver Mac Hollins. Return of the Mac for a big 31-yard gain. But the Patriots are going to settle for a 46-yard field goal by Andres Borgales. It goes wide right, remains 10-7. Snow was really starting to come down. Fast forward all the way to 4.5 minutes left in the fourth, and the Broncos attempting to tie the game with a 45-yard field goal, but it goes wide left. But take a look here. Another guy who's just recently promoted from the practice squad making big plays. It gets blocked by defensive lineman Leonard Taylor III. Fast forward to almost 2 minutes left in the game. Snow's really coming down now. Broncos is trying to get anything, and he's going deep for Marvin Mims. It gets picked off by Christian Gonzalez. Patriots need just 1 first down. 3 plays into the Patriots' next drive, and they need a big first down, and Drake May off the naked bootleg to the left side. He's keeping it himself, and he's getting a big first down, which is going to basically send them to the Super Bowl. Man, what a play action. Nobody knew Drake May was planning on keeping the ball. He's getting pursued by Christian Ellis' brother, Jonah Ellis. Drake May beats him to the edge there for the first down. Mike Vrabel's already celebrating, pumping his fist, jumping up and down. You got Drake May. He knows what time it is. The Patriots go on to beat the Broncos 10-7 in the AFC Championship in Denver in the snow. The Patriots remain unbeaten on the road, and they are advancing to Super Bowl 60 versus the Seahawks. Let's go. So like I said, man, obviously, ugly game, 10-7, it's a low-scoring game. And people like going into every playoff game with the Patriots, oh, they're going to get smacked by the Chargers. They're going to get smacked by the Texans. Oh, there's no way they're beating the Broncos on the road. Everybody shut the up.
It's a fact. I mean, the Chargers' offensive line was hurt.
C.J. Stroud threw 4 interceptions. Well, why did he throw 4 interceptions? Because of our defense.
Nico Collins was hurt. Oh, my God. It's like, stop crying.
So sick of the bull.
It's insane. Our defense stepped up in every way, and our offense got it done enough to win the game. We've also beat a bunch of other good teams this year, too. It's crazy. We beat the Bills that everyone had the Bills winning the Super Bowl.
Dude.
We forget about that?
I'm not going to say that we had an easy schedule. Yes, 100%. But at the end of the day, they don't control that. They play who's in front of them, brother.
It's only easy based on last year's statistics. So the teams that come into this year, it's a whole new season.
Right.
You got draft picks. You got free agents. Your team is supposed to be better than the year before, correct?
Right.
So this is a whole new year, all right? And if your team sucks, then sorry for you.
Dude, projected to have 8 wins going into the season, and look at us now.
I'm saying
that's all I got to say.
Had 14 wins, not including playoffs, just 14-3 in the regular season. We had 8 combined wins in the 2 seasons prior.
They're 17-1 in the last 18 games.
Yeah, and they're not talking about. We were on the easy schedule. If you look at if you look at strength of schedule, we were considered not a hard team to play this year.
Nope.
Right? Because we had 4 wins the year prior, and we were projected at 8 wins.
8 wins the last 2 years.
So we were an average team, but yeah, every one of those teams lost to us, right? Okay.
Yeah, like I said, all you haters, shut the up.
I love it.
So Frankie, let's get into what I noticed from the offense, brother. Another interesting record. Despite a high-scoring 28 points per game this past regular season, the Patriots only averaged 18 points per game in this playoffs.
Yeah.
54 total points in 3 playoff games, which is actually the lowest for a Super Bowl team in the modern era.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, you already talked about playing the 2.
That's what I'm saying.
3 of the top 5 defenses never been done before. In 2 of the games, were in the snow completely. The game against Houston was wicked snowy.
Yep.
This second half of Denver was a blizzard. It was windy as you couldn't even see the ball go through the uprights. You couldn't see where the punts were. We're watching it on TV. I didn't even see where the ball was.
I couldn't even see where the Patriots players were. They're wearing white jerseys.
Even the announcer was like, we'll let you know what down marker they're at once we find out from down below because we can't tell.
Right.
So, okay.
So like Frankie was just saying, offense was a non-existent. Weather played a big factor in that one. But even when the weather wasn't so bad early on, the Pats offense struggled still. Only 10 points, 1 touchdown in the first half, set up by our defense, obviously, and a field goal in the third quarter. We had 206 total yards, only 72 in the first half. Drake May was 10 for 21 and only 86 passing yards like we were talking about. But as a runner on 10 carries, he had 65 yards and a 6-yard touchdown run. He even called his own number on the naked bootleg run to get the first down and ice the game. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Let's go.
O-line, Frankie, though, they struggled again, allowing 5 sacks in this one. Not good.
You expect it, though. Denver's defense is phenomenal.
Led the league in sacks.
They led the league. They almost had the record for amount of sacks in the season. They had a great defense, just like Houston had a great defense. You expect that to happen, but you have to make enough plays. And our defense did it, and our offense did it.
Absolutely. One bright spot was our rushing, though. Like we were talking about Drake May, 141 total rush yards. But one problem I have is why the are we not using Travion Henderson? The guy had 3 carries, and that was it. I get it. Ramondre's been looking good, but he had 25 touches for 71 yards, and I love how he's been playing, like I just said. But you got to get Henderson involved more. 3 touches? Come on now.
Especially in the first half, they should have threw a couple screens or something.
That's what I'm saying,
Get him in open space. He does look a little timid. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know if it's the playoffs, his first playoff appearance. He's a rookie.
He was in the national championship last year.
I'm saying Ramondre. It's still not the NFL, but at the end of the day, to me, Travion looks. There was a few times where I'm like, oh, keep it in the middle. Don't go bounce outside. He bounced outside, lost again. Yeah. And I'm like, there's been a few times where he again could have went right, could have went left, could have stayed straight, but it seems like he's kind of timid and not just like how he was in the regular season. He was just hitting that hole and going.
And the offense, Frankie, they only had 1 penalty. Mind you, that was the only Patriots penalty of the whole game. So very well-disciplined game, but a lot to correct still on the offensive side.
It's just such a crazy game. I mean, and a lot of people talked about the play where Drake May, he wasn't stopped when he was still moving forward before that 4th down play, and they're all like, whoa, the overhead cam. The overhead cam, he's still moving forward. Yeah, he rolls over and he pushes forward. He gets pushed by the running back. He definitely had the first. I thought they had the first before that. The 2 plays before that, we had a touchdown. 3 plays before that, we should have had a touchdown. It was called back.
So it's like the refs blew the whistle when clearly it was a fumble. And the defense returned it. But speaking of the defense, let's get into what I noticed about the defense. So the Pats defense allowed only 1 touchdown in this game. That makes it only 2 the whole playoffs so far. Struggled a bit in the beginning, but then the Pats defense completely shut down the Jarrett Stidham-led offense. They forced a fumble, like we were just talking about, which led to our only touchdown, which should have been a defensive touchdown. Like I said, the refs blew it dead, and it was clearly a fumble. I mean, even if it wasn't, he threw it backwards. It's a live ball.
Oh, it was all day.
And we got an interception. Gonzo, our boy, shutting people down, which looked rough on the first drive, but then he corrected it.
He did look rough on the first drive.
That's what I'm saying.
I texted you a few times.
And we had 3 sacks in that one. When pressuring Stidham, he was 1 for 10, and that's something that will have to continue in this upcoming matchup. Speaking of the upcoming matchup, upcoming Super Bowl 60 versus the Seahawks. Let's break it down, brother.
Do it.
So the NFC number 1 seed Seahawks beat their division rival Rams 31-27 in the NFC Championship. Now, this is a Super Bowl rematch from Super Bowl 49 where we beat Seattle 28-24. And we all remember what happened. Let's show the clip real quick.
Play clock at 5. Pass is intercepted at the goal line by Malcolm Butler. Unreal. Malcolm Butler, who almost made the phenomenal play that wound up in Purse's arms. There are flags on the field for a celebration. Amazing.
Now, obviously, I know it's 2 whole new teams and everything, but, dude, to be honest with you, I think Malcolm Butler should be the honorary captain for this one.
Bring him on out.
Our 8th overall defense versus their 7th overall offense, and our 3rd overall offense versus their 6th overall defense. So this matchup should be very interesting.
It's going to be a crazy matchup. If you look at the total points per game given up.
Absolutely. I was just going to bring that up.
So Seattle in the regular season was number 1. They gave up the least amount. But if you average it out for the playoffs too, it's actually 1 and 2. Pats are 2.
Yep.
Seattle's 1.
That's right.
So, yeah, I mean, 1-2 in points per game, including playoffs. So, 17.1 points per game given up by Seattle, and the Patriots are at 17.3 points per game.
Bro.
So, it's going to be an interesting game for sure.
The offense, like you were just talking about, and the defense numbers are nearly identical. Both offenses averaged 28 points per game, and both defenses allowed under 20 points per game. You know, like we just talked about, Seattle, they were number 1 with 17.2 points per game in the regular season, and the Pats with 18.8 allowed during the regular season. Seahawks quarterback Sam Darnold has an 0-4 record versus the Patriots, primarily, obviously, with his time with the Jets. He was outscored.
I don't count that.
Right, but you still got to bring that up. It's interesting. He was outscored 123-23, and Darnold has 1 touchdown and 9 interceptions versus us in his career. But whole new team, like I was just talking about, and a whole new Darnold.
Strong.
That's what I'm saying. It's a whole new Darnold as well. Us Pats fans, though, we all remember this.
They're going to keep bringing it. Seeing ghosts.
I'm hoping he's seeing ghosts on Super Bowl Sunday,
ghosts,
bro.
I hope.
All in all, regardless of the weapons on both offenses, I could see this being another defensive battle.
It's going to be interesting. I don't think it's going to be. I know the defenses have played good. I actually think it's going to kind of be closer to like the Rams. The Rams defense was pretty good too. Those games were absolute shootouts. 31-27. The ones before that, there was something like 45, 50. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. Right. I feel like that whoever makes more offensive plays this game is going to win. Yeah, absolutely. I don't think it's going to be as defensive as some of these other games have been.
I think on our end, the way the Patriots defense has been getting pressure on quarterbacks, I think that's going to play a big factor.
We need it. Seattle's line is really good. Seattle, top to bottom, is a great team. They are banged up a little bit, as are we in some areas, but it's going to be a great game. People have us at, right now we're 4.5-point dogs at Vegas, so it's like,
So, Frankie, let's get into the prediction. And obviously, dude, we made it this far, and I'm not going to pick against the Patriots.
Hell no, I ain't
taking the Patriots to be the Super Bowl champs, baby.
Go.
That's what I'm talking about. We out there, Santa
it.
Clara, next Sunday. Let's get it popping, Frankie.
Love it.
That's what I'm talking about,
boys.
Brother. Let's go.
We don't have a playoff payoff this week. Let's get into a lava round.
That's right, Frankie. So NFL conference round breakdown. Let's bring it up real quick. So the AFC Championship, obviously the Patriots beat the Broncos 10-7. In the NFC Championship, the Seahawks beat the Rams 31-27.
Yes, sir.
Frankie, you went 1-1 last week, bringing your overall playoff records to 9-3.
Yeah.
I went 2-0 last week, bringing my overall playoff record to 10-2.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't bet on it. You got me by 1. Good job. The Rams let me down.
We only focus on the regular season.
I mean, that's fine. I prefer to play Seattle versus the Rams. I feel like the offense. Again, we talked a little bit about it. The offense of the Rams is just crazy. So, I'd rather play Sam Darnold versus Matt Stafford. Simple as that.
But I hear you, brother.
Let's get into some NFL award predictions.
Yeah, we got no game this week, so we're not going to do the prediction. Obviously, we'll save that for next week. So, Frankie, let's get into the NFL awards predictions for each category.
Yeah, we did this last year, let's do it again this year.
So, Frankie, to start off the NFL awards predictions, we're going to start with the Coach of the Year. Let me name the finalists real quick.
Do it.
Jags, Liam Cohen. The Bears, Ben Johnson. The Seahawks, Mike McDonald. 49ers, Kyle Shanahan. And the Patriots, Mike Vrabel.
Oh, yeah.
And Frankie, I think I know who you're going with, but just break it down for me.
All are very deserving.
Very
McDonald's
deserving.
been unbelievable, too. I thought Liam Cohen did an amazing job. Johnson had Chicago playing out of their minds, too. Honestly, they're all very deserving. But you got to go with Coach Vrabel.
Mike Vrabel, baby. I'm going Vrabel as well.
We talked about it already. 4 wins each of the last 2 seasons coming into this year to go 14-3, and now a Super Bowl appearance, AFC Championship banner.
That's right.
I mean, how is he not Coach of the Year?
You got to, and especially him coming in and bringing a whole new culture to this team. And like you said, man, you got players that actually love and want to play for this guy.
They love this dude. They're all out there like, he cares so much. You see Diggs has been a model teammate. Like, because before there's been talk about that he wasn't. This kid's out there fighting for everything for this guy. Says, I love this man. He says all the right things.
Best coach he said best coach I ever played for. Diggs been in the league 11 years.
He's literally like almost crying on camera, and I love that about them. So he's been a great teammate. Thank you, Steph Diggs. That's awesome, man.
Mind you, also, Vrabel's already won Coach of the Year with the Titans.
I do. I remember that, yeah. He's very deserving to go to turn a team that was, again, we were supposed to have 8 wins. Come on.
Absolutely, Frankie. So I'm with you on that one, brother.
Yes, sir.
So number 2, let's get into the comeback player of the year. Here are the finalists. Patriots wide receiver Stephon Diggs. Lions defensive end Aiden Hutchinson. Jags quarterback Trevor Lawrence. 49ers running back Christian McCaffrey. And Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott. Frankie, who are you taking there?
I'd love to say Steph Diggs, but I can't say Steph Diggs. CMC, to me, he could be MVP, but again, he could be Offensive Player of the Year. If he doesn't get at least this award, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I'm picking CMC
as well.
He played
4 games last year, right? He played in every single game this year.
Yep.
Had over 2,000 total yards and 17 touchdowns. Like
That's right.
He's the player of the year. Comeback player of the year. Excuse me.
I mean, you look at it this way too. With 1,202 rush yards, 10 rush touchdowns, and he had 102 receptions.
The reception's crazy.
For 924 receiving yards. He almost had 1,000 in both categories, and an additional 7 receiving touchdowns. Yeah. The dude was the main focal point of the 49ers offense.
Most touches in the NFL.
That's what I'm saying. And he played in all 17 games effectively, considering how banged up he was last year. I'm telling you, it was the Madden curse last year, bro.
I'm saying it was.
All right,
so you're picking him too. So we're 2 for 2.
That's it.
All right.
So let's get into the offensive rookie of the year, Frankie, and here are the finalists for that. So we got Giants quarterback Jackson Dart, Bucks wide receiver Emeka Egbuka, Patriots running back Travion Henderson, Panthers wide receiver Tedoroa McMillan, and Saints quarterback Tyler Show. Frankie, who you taking there?
I mean, I talked to you briefly about this, who I thought. I mean, they're all very deserving. Again, I thought it was going to come down to maybe Dart and Tet McMillan. I'm taking Tet McMillan. 70 catches, just over 1,000 yards, 7 TDs. I mean, he was played a lot. He was their main focal point in terms of like receiving. So he's my guy. Yeah, I'm going to be taking Tet McMillan as well. All those numbers you just named, he was first among all rookies in those categories. And he had 30 plays of 15 plus yards, which was also first among rookies. He also broke the previous Panthers rookie receiving record. And as much as, like I said, I love Travion, but this award is going to go to McMillan. I love Travion too. I mean, if he played more in the beginning of the year, we might be having a different conversation here. We didn't share our picks before this either, guys. So it's like we're 3 for 3 on our picks, but pretty cool. That's right, Frankie. Yes, sir. So let's get into the defensive rookie of the year. And here are the finalists for that. We got Giants defensive end Abdul Carter, Seahawks safety Nick Emanuori, Falcons linebacker James Pierce Jr., Browns linebacker Carson Schlesinger, and Falcons safety Xavier Watts. Frankie, who are you taking there? I mean, I like Pierce. He had 10.5 sacks. I thought that he was great for Atlanta. But Schlesinger went absolutely bananas this year. 146 tackles, 11 for a loss, 2.5 sacks, and 2 interceptions. One on Drake May. It was one of the top 10 probably linebacking rookie seasons in history. Absolutely, so and I'm with you on that one. I'm taking Schlesinger as well. Easy. That seems like an easy one. I think it's one of those things too where obviously he was a second-round pick, so everybody wanted to see maybe Abdul Carter do a little more, and especially him being a top 5 draft pick. Sir. But Schlesinger, man, the way he played this year, he looks like he should have been a top 5 draft pick. He absolutely balled out. That's what I'm saying, bro. He's nasty. Absolutely. So 4 for 4. I'm saying that's crazy. Last year we had a bunch of differences. Bro. Alrighty, Frankie, so let's get into the offensive player of the year. Okay. And here are the finalists. Well, let's hear them. We got Patriots quarterback Drake May. Yes, sir. We got the 49ers running back Christian McCaffrey, Rams wide receiver Puka Nacua, Falcons running back Bijan Robinson, and Seahawks wide receiver Jackson Smith-Njigba. I mean... I don't know who to pick here. It was tough for me. So this, to me, if I had a vote, I would vote for CMC just because had over 100 receptions, over 2,000 yards, and he had 17 touchdowns. But everybody that I've read and I think 3 or 4 of these guys are so deserving. I mean, Puka had 129 catches. Led the league. But Jackson Smith-Njigba led the league in receiving yards, had 10 less catches. To me, I'm taking Jackson Smith-Njigba. Me too, dude. 1793 for yardage, 119 catches, 10 touchdowns. So he was absolutely uncoverable this year. But if you look at pure stats, to me, I'm looking at CMC. I mean, if you look at the stats, you got to look at those numbers. 7 more touchdowns. And he had only 17 less catches. He's a friggin' running back. Dude, he was almost part of the 1,000 club. He actually would have been the first running back to do that in multiple seasons with 2 different teams. It's insane. So to me, how he isn't the front runner is crazy. But to me, Jackson Smith just went crazy this year. He was uncoverable. He didn't play a lot of fourth quarters. They were killing people. So it's like his numbers could have been more and more. So that's why I'm going with Jackson Smith and same here, Frankie. And not only that, that's crazy. You're taking him too. That's wild. And not only that, though, Frankie, he passed Justin Jefferson for the most receiving yards ever by a player aged 23 or younger in a single season, including the playoffs, with 1,965 receiving yards. He also played in all 17 games and earned first-team All-Pro honors. Puka Nacua was also a close option like you were talking about, but he played in 1 less game, and he also had another dominant wide receiver opposite him with Devontae Adams. I mean, I'm saying that's why I didn't want to play the Rams. I'd rather play Seattle's offense. Is not, to me, the Rams' offense scares me more. You know what I mean? They got Devontae, Puka, Stafford, Kyron. I mean, Seattle's nasty, and this kid's unbelievable.
He is.
You know what I mean? But if Puka played that other game and he missed, we're probably saying Puka's name right now. He had 10 more catches, only like 80 yards less receiving.
It was between those two for me.
Yeah, I got you.
So, Frankie, let's get into the Defensive Player of the Year award, and here are the finalists. And I think we're going to have
This
the
is
same.
just the
you know what
easy
I
one.
mean?
You don't even got to name the finalists on this.
I'll just bring them up real
You
quick.
might as well.
Texans defensive end Will Anderson Jr., Broncos linebacker Nick Bonito, Browns defensive end Myles Garrett, Lions defensive end Aiden Hutchinson, and Packers defensive end / linebacker Micah Parsons. And Frankie, I know we're both going Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett all day. Set the SAT record. He led the league in tackles for a loss. He had the second most tackles for a loss in the season since 2000. I mean, this kid went animalistic.
That's all you got to say, man. He broke the sack record.
That's the only thing you need to say.
You know
but
what
this,
I mean?
this kid's
23
an
sacks
animal.
that hadn't been broken since the year 2000.
All the other pressures, all the disruptions. I mean, they have two nasty. I mean, they're going to win 2 defensive awards this year with Schlesinger and him. Their defense is stacked up. You know, and Garrett is just unbelievable. The tackles for a loss is insane. On top of that,
well, mind you too, he also had an 8-game streak recording at least 1 sack this year, and the dude's won the award before, and he's winning it again this year. I'm telling you.
I agree with you 100%. So we haven't had a difference yet. So last year I think we had every one but 2. I think
it was just like. I'm not even sure actually what it was. Yeah, we had a few differences.
I know we had like 3 or 4.
I know defensive rookie of the year, defensive player of the year. We had different.
Defensive player of the year and coach
MVP. We had different
coach,
as well.
I think too.
Yeah, we did. You took Dan Campbell. I took Kevin O'Connor.
That's right. Correct.
That's right. So Frankie, lastly, let's get into the MVP.
Yes, sir.
And the finalists are Bills quarterback Josh Allen, Jags quarterback Trevor Lawrence, Patriots quarterback Drake May. Hit it. 49ers running back Christian McCaffrey, and Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford. Him.
I mean, I want to say Drake May. I do. He's done.
Oh, is this going to be a different one for us?
I'm going with Matt Stafford.
Wow.
I have to do it. And Drake has done everything right. But if you look at it from a statistical standpoint,
you're right.
To me, the Rams led the league in points per game. 30.5 points per game is no joke. I know he did it with more, but if you look at the stats, to me, Stafford is the MVP. That's just how I'm looking at it. Drake could win. He's kind of a dark horse to win it because he's done it with less. You know what I mean? Right. And I understand that part of it too. So, but I got to go with Matt Stafford from a betting standpoint. From my heart standpoint, I'm praying it's Drake May. I want Drake May to hit it.
I hear you, bro. But Frankie, I love you and everything, but I don't care that Matt Stafford led the NFL in pass yards and pass touchdowns. Drake May, as a second-year quarterback, is doing phenomenal things.
Yes, he is.
He led the NFL in completion percentage with 72%.
I love that.
Passer rating with 113.5 and yards per attempt with 8.9. He also had, mind you, 4,844 total yards and 35 total touchdowns. That's passing and rushing. That included 450 rush yards. Mind you, Matt Stafford only had 1 rush yard this whole freaking year. And the Rams didn't even win their division. The Pats did. And May doing all this as a second-year pro speaks volumes and should help his case to win MVP, in my opinion.
I hope he does. If I was voting, I would do it that way too. But if I was betting, I think Stafford has the upper hand, unfortunately.
Like I said, him.
Come.
Good stuff, Frank. We'll see what happens, brother.
Love it. So another great show. That was a cool lava round. I mean, I hope Drake May wins the MVP. But before we get into all the fun stuff here, we just got some breaking news. Bill Belichick is not a first ballot Hall of Famer. I just got crazy, it.
Yeah.
He was not voted into the Hall of Fame. I mean, he's got a ton of records, 8-time Super Bowls. I mean, it's insane.
There's like a witch hunt against him in the NFL, dude.
He rubbed some people the wrong way, I guess. So
especially Goodell, I'm sure.
Six Super Bowls isn't enough, Belichick asked. So that's what he quoted when someone asked him to that. So I don't understand how you win 6 Super Bowls and not be a first ballot Hall of Famer as a coach. Like, that's insane to me.
It's insane, bro. So I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah, it rubs some people the wrong way, I guess. But nonetheless, guys, Patriots next week, Pro Bowl this week. Been another
Getting this out of here should be your focus, not being Susie Homemaker.
What? I mean, if you want to leave the door.
You do know you would have died out there.
Died? What the?
Yeah, how do you think that would have worked out for you?
Frank, these two people, they're talking,
I don't know what's going
back
on.
and forth. They're confusing the hell out of me. What is this?
You know what it is. Send help. This movie looks pretty cool, actually.
It looks very
good
interesting.
cast, too. You know what I mean?
Rachel McAdams, Dylan O'Brien, two good
That's
actors.
our guy. We liked him from The Maze Runner. This could be a good.
Are you going to hunt a boar?
What the are you doing? Hunt a boar? I'm not hunting anything. And Frankie, honestly, this is getting confusing, dude. Let's get the hell out of here.
Man. From Beantown to your town, stay wicked pissa.
From Foxboro to your bro, thanks for listening, everybody, and we're going to see you next week. What the? Oh, great. Here we go again.